The sun rises here not with gentle persuasion, but with an absolute and silent authority. It casts a golden light that spills across an ocean of sand, a kingdom sculpted by wind and time. This is a world far from the familiar monuments that line the great river. Here, the land speaks in a language of silence and heat. Every dune is a shifting sentence. Every shadow is a fleeting thought. The horizon is a line drawn between the earth and an immense pale blue sky. It is a place that appears empty, yet it is filled with an ancient and powerful presence, a story waiting to be understood by those who are patient enough to listen. We often think of this land as a single, unchanging entity, a uniform desert. But that is a profound misunderstanding of its character and its complexity. It is, in fact, a mosaic of different worlds. There are vast plains of gravel where the wind scours the ground clean, leaving behind a polished, stony floor. There are seas of towering sand dunes, their crests as sharp as a blade, their forms constantly reshaped by the currents of the air. This is a landscape that demands respect. It is a realm of extremes where life has been forced to adapt or surrender, and every grain of sand seems to hold a memory of the ages that have passed over it. The air itself feels different here. It is thin and dry, carrying with it the scent of dust and sun-baked stone. During the day, the heat is a physical weight, a constant pressure that shimmers above the ground, creating illusions of water on the distant horizon. But as the sun begins its descent, a remarkable transformation occurs. The fierce white light softens into hues of orange, pink, and deep purple. The sky becomes a canvas for the most spectacular of displays. The silence, once a product of the heat's oppression, deepens into a profound and peaceful stillness, broken only by the whisper of the evening breeze. In this immense and seemingly barren theater, the first actors of the night begin to stir. Under the sand, deep within the cool darkness of burrows, life has been waiting. The desert is not empty, it is simply discreet. It hides its treasures, revealing them only to the moon and the stars. The great expanse, which seemed so desolate under the midday sun, now prepares for a secret drama to unfold. It is a world governed by ancient rhythms of light and dark, heat and cold. To truly see this place, one must look beyond the emptiness and learn to perceive the subtle signs of the life that endures within it. Beyond the familiar green ribbon of the river, Egypt's deserts stretch out in breathtaking diversity. We journey west into the Great Sand Sea, a place that defies easy description. Here, colossal dunes march in parallel lines for hundreds of miles, a frozen ocean of sand. They are known as whaleback dunes, their spines smoothed and rounded by a relentless wind. To stand among them is to feel utterly insignificant, a tiny spectator in a geological drama that has played out over millennia. The scale is almost impossible to comprehend. Each dune is a mountain of silica, its slopes a delicate balance between gravity and the persistent caress of the wind. These are not the only forms the desert takes. Further on, the landscape can shatter into a completely different formation. We find ourselves in the White Desert, a place that seems to belong to another world entirely. Here, the ground is not sand, but chalk. Over countless centuries, the wind has acted as a sculptor, carving the soft rock into fantastical shapes. They look like giant mushrooms, or forgotten statues, or icebergs adrift in a sea of dust. The ground is a brilliant, dazzling white, reflecting the sun's glare with an intensity that can be blinding. It is a surreal and hauntingly beautiful landscape, a natural gallery of abstract art. Then there is the Black Desert, a stark and dramatic contrast to its white counterpart. Here, the hills are blanketed with a layer of black volcanic rock. These small, dark stones are the remnants of ancient eruptions, scattered across the golden brown sand like a dusting of pepper. The effect is one of solemn, imposing beauty. The dark peaks stand silhouetted against the sky, absorbing the sun's heat and creating an atmosphere of profound antiquity. It feels like a primeval landscape, a glimpse into the Earth's fiery, formative past. Walking here, one can feel the immense geological forces that have shaped this land. Each of these landscapes is a testament to the power of the elements. Wind and sun, heat and cold, have worked together over eons to craft these masterpieces. They are a world away from the pyramids and temples, yet they possess their own kind of majesty, their own silent, enduring monuments. To travel through them is to witness the Earth's story written in stone and sand. These are the hidden wonders, the landscapes that tourists rarely see, but they hold the true, wild heart of this ancient land. They remind us that nature is the original architect, the ultimate artist. The profound silence of the desert is rarely absolute. If you listen carefully, truly listen, you will begin to hear its voice. It is a language composed of subtle and mysterious sounds. There is the soft, sibilant whisper of sand grains trickling down the face of a dune, a sound like a slow exhalation. There is the low hum of the wind as it flows over the vast, open plains, a sound that can rise to a mournful howl when a storm gathers on the horizon. This is not the noise of a city, but the subtle acoustics of a world in constant, slow motion. Each sound tells a story of movement, of change, of the forces that shape this place. As twilight deepens, the desert's vocabulary expands. The cooling air causes rocks to contract, sometimes producing a sharp cracking sound, as if the very stones are settling in for the night. In the great sand seas, a strange and wonderful phenomenon can occur. Under the right conditions of wind and temperature, the dunes can sing. A deep, resonant, booming sound emanates from the sand itself, a vibration you can feel in your chest. It is an eerie and beautiful chorus, a natural organ played by the wind. For centuries, travelers have spoken of these singing sands, a testament to the desert's capacity for wonder and mystery. Suspense is woven into the fabric of this environment. Every shadow could conceal a hunter or the hunted. A sudden rustle in a dry bush sets the heart racing. What is it? A jerboa, perhaps, its enormous ears twitching, or a sand viper, coiled and waiting with infinite patience. The darkness here is not empty. It is alive with possibility. The distant, lonely call of a desert fox, a series of sharp yaps, echoes across the plains. It is a sound that both breaks the silence and deepens it, a reminder that you are not alone, that the night is a stage for countless hidden lives. The desert communicates not only through sound, but also through signs. A line of tracks in the sand is a sentence, telling a story of a journey made in the night. Here, the delicate footprints of a fennec fox. There, the winding trail of a beetle. A feather caught on a thorny acacia speaks of a bird that has passed this way. To understand the desert, one must become a detective, piecing together clues, interpreting the subtle evidence left behind. It is a place that rewards attention to detail, revealing its secrets slowly and only to those who are willing to look and to listen with their full attention. Life in the desert is a masterpiece of adaptation, a continuous struggle against the overwhelming odds of heat and thirst. Every creature that survives here is a specialist, a master of its craft. Consider the fennec fox, a creature of the night with ears that are almost comically large. But they are not for comedy. They are for survival. These enormous ears act like radiators, helping the fox to dissipate body heat into the cool night air. They also provide exceptionally sensitive hearing, allowing it to detect the faintest sound of an insect moving beneath the sand, its next meal secured by its remarkable anatomy. The reptiles of the desert are equally well equipped. The sand viper has developed a unique method of locomotion, moving sideways across the dunes. This sidewinding motion minimizes contact with the scorching hot sand, an elegant solution to a deadly problem. During the day, it buries itself with a rapid shimmy, leaving only its eyes and nostrils exposed, a perfectly camouflaged and patient predator. Others, like the desert monitor lizard, use their powerful claws to dig deep burrows, creating cool subterranean retreats where they can escape the sun's fiercest rays and conserve precious energy until the cooler hours of dusk. Even the smallest creatures display incredible ingenuity. The Dorcas gazelle, a vision of grace against the stark landscape, can survive for its entire life without drinking a single drop of water. It obtains all the moisture it needs from the plants it eats, plants that themselves have adapted to capture and store every bit of dew. Its light-colored coat reflects the sunlight, and it is most active during the cooler hours of dawn and dusk. A simple behavioral change that makes all the difference between life and death in this extreme environment where every decision is critical. The birds, too, have their own strategies. The sand grouse is a remarkable parent. The male will fly many miles to the nearest water source. He wades in and soaks his belly feathers, which are specially adapted to hold a surprising amount of water. He then flies all the way back to his nest, a long and perilous journey, so that his chicks can drink directly from his feathers. It is an extraordinary act of devotion, a powerful illustration of the lengths to which life will go to perpetuate itself, even in the harshest and most unforgiving of places. These animals are not merely surviving, they are thriving, a testament to the power of evolution. In the midst of this vast aridity, a splash of impossible green appears on the horizon. It is an oasis, a place where groundwater has risen to the surface, creating a haven of life. The contrast is breathtaking. After days of traveling through an endless palette of brown, gold, and gray, the sudden sight of palm trees and the sound of water is nothing short of miraculous. These are not mirages, but real, tangible pockets of paradise. They are islands of life in a sea of sand, vital hubs for both wildlife and the few human communities that call the deep desert home, places where the rules of the surrounding world are suspended. The heart of every oasis is its water source, be it a spring, a well, or a small lake. This precious resource dictates the rhythm of life here. Date palms, the quintessential tree of the oasis, form a dense canopy, providing shade and creating a cooler, more humid microclimate beneath. Their roots tap deep into the underground water table, and their fruit has provided sustenance for desert travelers for thousands of years. Below the palms, other crops can be grown: olives, citrus fruits, and vegetables, in gardens carefully irrigated by ancient, intricate systems of channels that distribute the water with minimal waste. These oases are magnets for wildlife. Birds that migrate across the vast desert use them as essential refueling stops, their songs filling the air in the early morning. The water's edge is a meeting place for a variety of animals, from gazelles that venture in at dusk to drink, to the smaller creatures that live permanently within the oasis's protective embrace. The water itself teems with life, from small fish to the amphibians that would stand no chance in the desert beyond. An oasis is a concentrated burst of biodiversity, a demonstration of how the simple presence of water can transform a landscape so completely and utterly. For people, these oases have been more than just sources of water. They have been the anchors of culture and trade for millennia. They were vital stops on the ancient caravan routes that crisscrossed the desert, connecting civilizations. The communities that have developed here possess a deep, inherited knowledge of how to live in harmony with their fragile environment. They understand the value of every drop of water, the importance of every palm tree. Life in an oasis is a lesson in sustainability, a reminder that even in the most challenging of places, human ingenuity and a respect for nature can create a thriving and enduring home. To journey through this desert is to be humbled. It is to realize that what we perceive as emptiness is, in fact, a space filled with history, with life, and with a profound, quiet beauty. The grand sweeping vistas teach us about scale and our own small place within the natural world. The intricate adaptations of the creatures that live here teach us about resilience and the incredible tenacity of life. It is a world that operates on a different time scale, where a single day can feel like an eternity, and 1,000 years can pass, leaving only the slightest trace, like the polishing of a stone by the wind. The secrets of this land are not given freely. They must be earned through patience and observation. They are revealed in the subtle shift of light at sunset, in the pattern of tracks left on a dune, in the unexpected bloom of a flower after a rare rain. The desert does not shout its wonders, it whispers them. It is a place that encourages introspection, that strips away the non-essential and forces us to confront the fundamental elements of existence: sun, wind, earth, and sky. It is a landscape of profound spiritual power, a place where many have sought solitude and found clarity. As night falls one last time, the sky puts on its ultimate display. With no city lights to compete, the heavens are revealed in all their glory. The stars are not distant, cold points, but brilliant diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. The Milky Way is a luminous river of light, arching from one horizon to the other. It is a sight that connects us directly to the cosmos, a reminder of the vastness of the universe, of which this desert is just one tiny, precious part. The cool air, the immense silence, and the celestial spectacle combine to create a moment of pure, unadulterated awe. The desert endures. Its dunes will continue to shift, its winds will continue to sculpt, and its creatures will continue their ancient dance of survival. It keeps its deepest secrets, holding them in the heart of its silence and its immensity. But for those who have taken the time to look and listen, it has offered a glimpse into its soul. We leave not with a sense of having conquered it, but with a feeling of deep respect and reverence for its hidden wonders, its harsh beauty, and the enduring mysterious spirit of life that thrives in the heart of the sun's domain.